Hello and welcome back to another episode of Exploring the Alphabet. We are on letter K and we are still in Hull. Now there is a reason for that, and it is because when I was meant to go on this trip right here, I was actually doing something else. Now this hasn't gone down too well with Gary, as you can imagine. I'm not too sure why she's surprised, because I'm sure none of you guys are surprised. This was bound to happen on one of my trips. But she did say she woke me up at 10 minutes past midnight when I was meant to set off to the airport. And I opened my eyes and responded that I don't need to go for another hour, and went back to sleep as she went to sleep. Now, I don't have any recollection of that, and it's not really my fault. But anyway, we move on. What's done is done. You've got to take the positives from this situation. And luckily, where I'm from, my hometown Hull, is called officially Kingston upon Hull. So for letter K, we're gonna explore my hometown, meaning you can get to know where I'm from, you can get to know me on a deeper level, and the fact that it is in Hull means we are able to have a very, very beautiful and special guest later in this episode. Now, Hull hasn't got the best reputation. In 2003, it was voted the worst place to live in a book called Crap Towns. Tell me about it. And then later down the line, we went on to win City of Culture. I personally am really proud to be here. There's so much to show you. And hopefully it'll bring a few of you here for a day trip and even have a cup of tea with me. It's the home of Lemsip. It's the home of the Boiled Sweet. It's the home of Gaviscon. It's the home of Bonjela. And it's the home of so much more. So we're going to get stuck into it, and you're going to love it. Oh, nearly fell off the step. So the first bit was filmed on Victoria Dock, which is one of my favourite parts of Hull, to come and chill. There's a little car park behind me there where every now and again I'll just pull up for a quiet 10 minutes and just to look out. You look out onto the sea. Today it's a bit abysmal. These houses behind me, like they've all got balconies, and the one on the corner is like my dream home. I'd love to one day own that. And considering this is my hometown, this episode, I feel more anxious than I have on any other episode. And I think it's because when I go to other places, nobody knows me. I'm able to just film and be a div without anyone they'll never see me again. Here, you bump into quite a lot of people who you see or know you or watch you. So I am a bit nervous for this one. But I'm going to have to get my big boy pants on. I'm going to have to get back to my car because we're going to the first attraction, which is probably one of the most famous places in Hull. It's a newer place in Hull, but I'd say it brings quite a lot of people here. We are at the Deep, which opened in 2002, voted the #1 family attraction in Hull, and over 8 million people have gone through the doors since it opened up. Now, when it did open up, I remember that I used to come here with my parents or whoever else, and I used to park my car for free. But I've just pulled up, £3.75 to park my car to go in there to spend another 21 quid on the ticket. Sorry, I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to be positive about this city and show what it's all about, aren't I? It's just not off to the best start. I'm sorry for losing my rag. I think I might have lost my rag because, do you know when I said that I slept through my alarm and stuff? For the trip that I was meant to go to in Lithuania, in Kaunas in Lithuania. Well, yeah, I was adamant I set my alarms, and I did set my alarms, although it's 12:20 p.m, it's dinner time here, and the alarms one of the alarms has just gone off, then another alarm's just gone off, and then a third alarm's just gone off. I'll set my alarms at the wrong 12 o'clock, which is the reason that I'm here and not in Lithuania. Oh, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. So apparently, if all the water in the ocean was taken away, that is what it would look like. Just a little dodgy surface. There is something over here, which I remember as a kid when I used to come here. All them dinosaur sculptures on the wall. We will give you a closer look. They used to petrify me. And this is the first part when you come into the deep. So as you can imagine, Joel's scared stiff. He's just get through the door. His mum and dad's skint, and I'm screaming to leave already. All because of these buggers on the wall. I'm filming and nobody even seems to care that I'm even around. No one even cares that I've got a ginormous selfie stick. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm even confident to have a little groove in here as well. That is right, the penguin enclosure is coming. The penguin enclosure has only been here a few years, so it wasn't here when I first started coming here. So it is a new thing, but it's also the busiest thing. As you can see, everyone just gathers there for about 20 minutes hoping something's going to happen, when in essence, they do just stand there acting hard. They all put their arms out like that as if you want to fight. So lucky I ain't in there with them, because if I was, I'd give them one heck of a rib shot.
Come on then, bring it on, big ears. What are you looking at? You look like a horse.
There's the steps, watch the people coming down. Oh, ready? Do you want to look up the steps? Ready? Look up the steps.
Oh heck, I wouldn't recommend coming up here. It smells like hot eggy farts. Back down the ladder. Them things that are stuck in the sand give me the absolute creeps. Like make my skin crawl. If you haven't already, I do this thing where sometimes I Google holes in feet, and if you Google that, feet come up with loads of mini holes, and it is the most disgusting thing in the world. But that's what they're, man. That they give me the same feelings. And now when I look at them pictures, I'm going to think of them little worms or whatever they are coming through the feet. I forgot about this. So this screen on here, it gives you like, I ain't gonna show you everything because I want you to come here and see it for yourself, but this shows you a video about like Arctic penguins, all that jazz. And this wall that the screen is showed on is made of ice. Now, I remember when Indy was younger, she came, licked it, tongue got stuck. Emergency services didn't have to come. I managed to get her tongue off, but that's a memory of the ice screen, and I can't blame her because when I was younger I used to lick it myself. I've just remembered as well, in one of them giant tanks at some point there was a photo of a man's head in the tank, and it went like viral and it was in the papers and everything. So I'm going to put the picture up here for you, and you can see if you can spot the man's head. Now, I don't know if it was legit or photoshopped or what. Don't know the backstory, but you can see it for yourself. And although leaving here might be sad for your kids, you get to leave in style by going up the lift that is made of complete glass. Now, if your kids are wimp like me, they will be scared. I was scared of the sun falling down when I was younger though, so hopefully your kid isn't like me and they will just enjoy it. It's £21 a ticket and it lasts all year, so you can go back as many times as you possibly want. So that is the Deep, a very nice place to go visit, family place, and I'm going to show you my favourite part of Hull right now, and you won't be surprised that it involves food. So believe it or not, even in this small Yorkshire town, we do have our own delicacies, and these delicacies I absolutely adore. Like, I can't get enough of them. I've picked out my two favourites, and we're going to do one delicacy today and we're going to do one delicacy tomorrow. But the fact that other cities don't have these, I can't believe it. It literally just blows my mind. You're just missing out so much. Anyway, let's go get our first one. Hiya. You alright? Yeah, good, thank you. Can I just have a patty butty, please, love? I'll have breadcrumbs, please, instead of battered. Thank you. Don't worry, you're not in it, love. Turn round then and give us a dance. So we've got it. We've got the patty butt. Now, from what I gather, they don't sell patty butts anywhere else in the world but Hull. They was invented in Hull, and in my eyes, the best place to get them is Bob Carver's. That is the OG. Now, it is literally a bit like a fish fritter, just without the fish. So it's got, let me break it up for you. See, usually when I get one, I'd get like a couple in the giant bread cake, because they even need to make the patties bigger or scale back the bread cakes. But when you break it up, oh my God, they are amazing. So it's got potato and it's got sage in it and a few magical sprinkles of secret dust, but nobody knows the secret recipe. And that is them, but I can't believe nobody else, like no other cities, have picked up on this, because they are the most tasty things in the world. So my advice to you is, when you come to Hull, because you're going to after this vlog, surely, you need to try a patty butty. Now leave me alone to just scoff this in about -1 second, and then we're going out to play our game. Welcome to Quickfire Facts around Kingston upon Hull. Yeah, before anyone says it, Quickfire Facts was invented so I don't have to hold this selfie stick for a long duration of time. Up there for thinking, down there for dancing. The Three Ships mural is made of over 1 million pieces of Italian glass. Now, I don't even think that people in Hull know that, because I only just found out that now, and it's recognition for Hull's fishing trade. Now, this just looks like a place to eat for the normal folk, but when I was growing up, there was a ginormous BBC big screen right here, and it was erected on the Christmas light switch on 2004 and was dismantled as quick as 2010. That is obviously a telephone box. What's so special about telephone boxes here? Well, even though that one's in multicoloured, all other telephone boxes in Hull are cream. That is Queen's Gardens, and usually it's full of bright green grass, beautiful coloured flowers, although at the moment it's nothing but disgusting. I'm not sure what's going on. It looks like there's some kind of revamp. Before Queen's Gardens was actually what it is now, up until 1930, it was a giant dock filled with water. That is BBC News Building, where all the news is filmed. If you want to be on TV, that is your place to be. That is Beverley Gate, once an entrance into Hull, and in 1642, King Charles was rejected entry, which was also a key point in the breakout of civil war. Now the area is used as a skate park from people who drink Monster. And that is one of the fishes on the Hull Fish Trail. A trail that contains so many fish, starting from this big all the way up to 20 foot, leading you through the centre of town. And finally, the golden King Billy statue located at the beginning of Hull's Old Town, a place filled with bars, good times and good memories. But what that thing symbolises for me is being close to my favourite joke shop as a kid. We're gonna go there now. Thanks for watching. Quick fire facts. So my favourite joke shop as a kid is located in like a little indoor arcade in town. But when I was younger, I remember my parents used to let me buy fake fags. And me and all my mates would have these fake fags, and you'd walk around town and you'd think, or you'd walk around your 10 foots or wherever you was, and you'd think you was the dog's balls, because when you blew into the fag, it'd let out smoke because there was loads of talcum powder in there. So I'm going to show you the shop, and I'm also going to see if they have any of them fags so we can roll back the years and smoke. Now this is the joke shop. So as a kid, I used to literally just stand by this window and look at loads of different things that you could potentially buy. And I always remember the cigarettes, and I always remember these little beetles that was in boxes, and when you open the boxes, the fake beetle like ran around and stuff. But I'm going to give you a close-up on some of the stuff, because I bet not many people come here anymore with the kids. Like, you can tell it's an old school kind of shop. It's called Dinsdale Joke and Trick Shop. It doesn't look like the lights are on, but I'm hoping someone's in so we can buy a few things. Place is closed, but I swear to God that window can't have changed for about 20 years. But it is good to see them sticking to the roots, sticking to the old times when it was good, and still selling me fags and beetles. Now, like most cities we visit, Hull too has lots of museums, and I remember being a wee nipper. I'm saying that quite a lot today, aren't I? I remember. Sorry, I was trying to think of a famous thing that when someone said like I remember, but I think what I was trying to go for was I had a dream. So it didn't work. But when I was younger, my parents, grandparents, whatever, used to bring me here. I'm going to the Street Life Museum. There is Ferrens Art Gallery, Wilberforce House, Maritime Museum. So you could have days around the museums. And best thing about it, unlike the other museums we usually go to, these ones in Hull are still free. That's what we like to hear. It has been that long since I've been here, I can't even remember what's there. I just remember when you used to walk in, there used to be a bicycle with a small wheel and a huge wheel. So I wonder if that's still there. Indy and Esme went recently with my mum. So they should have maybe come along. They could have been our tour guides. These are all the famous people as well that have come from Hull. So we've got Nelson Mandela, who you might know. Martin Luther King, I had a dream. And then there's just Thomas Clarkson, he was a teacher on Waterloo Road.
From now on, you stay away from that lad.
No way.
He's trouble.
He's my best mate.
Not anymore, he isn't. You got that?
Hey, this is Britain's oldest tram car, and it's weird that it's here because I wish they'd keep it damp. Rowing in here. This is the oldest one, but in Hull they don't even have trams anymore. So why we have the audacity of keeping it when we've neglected trams altogether, I'll never know. But to be honest, even though it's old, the comfort is it's alright, it's beautiful. These seats smell like, do you know when you go to a real old pub and it smells like a load of lagers being spilt on the carpets and everything? It smells like that in here. But if you imagine this was actually once being used and real people was moving in this, sat on here, I'd love to know how many bums have been sat on these seats over the time this has been around. And how many poo particles are seeping into the soft cushions. You seen this car? Three-wheeler car, right? It says that this is called the love lingers on in the car, and these three-wheel cars was issued to people who had physical disabilities. So imagine if Carrie lived like 50 years ago, she got issued one of them. Imagine you just plodding down the road, Gary's moody head in there, and it had a lawnmower engine, so while Gary was plodding down the road, it'd be making a right racket. Everyone would be like, "Oh, here's Gary again." When I was younger, you was allowed to go on that, but now there's a red rope. But thankfully, I've got an extra long selfie stick, so I'm going to extend, and then we're going to go around the corner. Watch. So now you can see inside. It does say that this is alarmed. Do not pass. But I've just passed it with my stick, and apparently my stick's invincible. This is cute. So there's a Street Life Cinema. It shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different films. 11 minutes, 7 minutes, 13, 9, and then a big 40-minute one at the end. Doesn't seat many, but you do get some snacks. How about that? I've got a thing though where I just can't watch old-fashioned films, so if I see films in black and white, no matter how much I'd probably like it, if it was a real good one, whatever, I'd never ever watch it. I've never watched a black and white film in my whole entire life. So I'm not going to stay in this cinema either, because it goes against my rules. Oh, you must have liked that. In this arcade, all you do in all these machines are like 20p. Yeah, they're all like 20p. I'm gutted I've left all my change and stuff in the car. Look how many there is. See, in any other city other than Hull, they'd have found a way to adjust the prices so they can stick them up to like £1 a pop and stuff. But we are greedy here. We're not greedy. We just want happy faces. I remember this bit. This bit used to scare me. Like these men. These men used to frighten the life out of me, and there's one up here, working. Eh? I'm bigger than you now. What are you going to do about it now? What are you going to do about it now? I'm bigger than you.
Get working, will you? Get working. I want to go home. It's raining and I'm tired. Now get the rest done. Otherwise, you'll hear from me. You'll have me to deal with, you soft sod.
This one in the back, that one, used to run off water. And it'd only drive 12 mile before it ran out. But imagine that. What was that? 1910. So imagine in 1910, you've got 3 miles to go. You've only got 1 mile on the clock. Your mate's in the passenger seat drinking Volvic, and you have to snatch it out his hand to fill up your tank. Hey, co-op's changed a bit, hasn't it, since this shop? It's weird, isn't it? This co-op is based like 100 years ago, but it looks more upmarket than the ones now. Usually there's someone outside asking for 20p, and when you come inside, it's not, can I have some sunlight sewed? Can I have some sunlight sewed? It's not that, it's, can I have a £5 scratch card? Upstairs there's a bicycle gallery, so it shows you like a load of bicycles from the years. See, I can't even remember this bit, but like look at this. This mini bike was this boy's, and it was built by William Wallace. Did it for his son Kenneth. Go on, Ken. and apparently it's the smallest bicycle in Hull, or it was at one point. But look how cute that was. I hope you're all right, Kenneth. I don't know if I had to think too deep into things, but that was 1921, and now I have the urge to Google Kenneth Wallace on, and see how his life panned out. Does anyone else do that? And I'm the same with films. Do you know, if I watch a film and I like a character and it's based on a true story, I start Googling all their names and what happened to them, and so I just delve too deep into things. No wonder my head's a shed. But anyway, let me show you the other bikes as well. There's one there for anti-roof. Only giants can get on that. And then this look at this. I'd love one of them. This little three-wheeler one. I'd love one of them now. All I remember when I was little, I had a mini bike as well, like a green jungle bike. I think it was like a famous bike. Like, I'm sure everyone used to have them. Let me know if you remember the jungle bike. There's the one I was talking about with a mini wheel. Mini wheel, big wheel. Imagine me on one of them. Oh, I'd love to do that. That would end in disaster. I would have a broken neck within about 10 seconds. Go on! Go on! Go on! Have you been in this room? Have you been in this room? It smells like there's horse and carriages and stuff, but it actually smells like horse and carriage in there. Go and have a smell in there. Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Goes with the job, I guess.
It does, I guess, yeah. Anyway, sorry to take you off track. I just wanted your second opinion to...
Yeah, I must admit, because we had a ride in that just now.
Oh, you've been in it? Yeah, I've been in that a bit earlier today. Anyway, sorry, I hope you aren't left smelling of horse muck. What they on about they had a ride on this? How do you have a ride on this? Stuff that. What happened in there? Just started going ballistic. God, my heart hadn't dropped like that for a while. Oh, so apparently you can get in this little carriage and you go on a ride, but there's a note on it saying it's done its last trip today, travel resumes tomorrow, so I've just missed it. I was speaking to him on the ladder.
Well, I'll go to the river, Ed. Is that you, Davey?
All I heard was, "Hi, up there!" Oh, he's talking to me. I promise I'm not being biased, but out of all the museums that we've been to on this series, I think that has probably been my favourite. I don't know if it's because I've got a connection to it from when I was younger or what, but I really did enjoy being in there. I literally loved it. And you're going to enjoy what I have to say next, because I have just had a text message from our special guest. Apparently, the world famous, skillful, beautiful, inspirational special guest is ready for us to pick her up. She said she'd never do it, but we're in Hull, so she has no choice. So we have just collected her, and there is a massive clue who her might be. The aroma in the car has changed. She carries such a ginormous presence. Please welcome, on her debut to Exploring the Alphabet, it's Gary! Come back. So Carrie is overwhelmed. You can see by her face how happy she is. She's got a sticker from one of the kids on her chin. So she obviously hadn't paid herself much attention before making her appearance, because she probably feels as though she doesn't need to make any effort coming on here. She is above this. We are way out of we've got someone way out of our zone here in Gary. Like I said earlier, complete superstar of the net. She's the absolute top tier influencer. And she also is my wife, which I'm so proud of. And you can see by Carrie's face, she is really ecstatic to be spending extra time with me. Would you say so? But we're gonna show you what me and Carrie get up to when we have a bit of time child free. Me and Gary don't really like go clubbing or anything. We don't ever do any of that. If we have a bit of time, we go to Carrie's favourite spot and we kind of chill. So thankfully, our favourite spot is one of the most famous things about Kingston upon Hull. It's called Kingston upon Hull for this episode because we had a bit of a hiccup.
No.
Yeah, but luckily it's the most famous, one of the most famous parts. You might know what it is if you already do know, Gary. But if not, we're going to head there right now. So you've probably guessed it by now, but it's Humber Bridge that we are showing you. It's over 50 years old. It took 8 years to build. In that time, it has collapsed once in 1980, I think it is off the top of my head. And it is truly beautiful. But what we do when we come here is we turn the back of the car into a snug. We buy our favourite snacks and food, iPad to watch Netflix, and then I literally just leave Carrie in here while I enjoy myself in the back. Not always the easiest getting in when you're quite large and growing by the day. Show them the view though, Carrie, from out the door. Beautiful. It's comfier than it looks, I promise. It is. Well, I'm excited to, after today, just exploring, excited to get in bed. Just have a nice cuddle up and stuff.
No.
What do you mean?
No.
What do you mean no?
You have not booked in at home. You've not coming home. You're meant to be in whatever it is.
Kaunas, yeah. Lithuania.
No room after him.
What have I been doing? Oh, do you fancy doing a few more Exploring the Alphabet episodes with me? I feel like it's real nice. No. Why don't you come to the next one with me? You won't get up for the flights though. Fucking hell.
Neither of you. I woke you up 10 minutes
Oh, here
before
she goes
the
again.
alarm was meant
Right.
to go off.
Yeah. Well, 12 hours actually, because I set it wrong. Sorry.
And I said, sure, because I'm going to go sleep. Yeah, I'm fine.
So what you're saying is it's your fault because you should have really dragged me up. If you should have realised I was half asleep and dragged me up.
I dare, yeah.
No, I don't. No. That was just a kid. I feel like we're over that part of our life now.
I'm not. I'm fuming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People in Hull are a lot scarier than people in Romania and places like that. They are. At one point I was in the middle of town. There's just loads of men that they had bottles of cider with them. And they're all just like, saw this kid who was giving me shit the other day. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, I've got to put a selfie stick out in a minute. He's gonna just wrap it round my head and set me phone. There must be one more thing that you like about Hull. Hull Fair? Do you like Hull Fair?
No.
Hull Fair is basically, for anyone who doesn't know, it's a fair that's every winter in Hull. I think it's early October.
Awful.
It's not awful, it's amazing. Like, it's
Awful.
amazing. Like, loads of
People
rides and
be sick
stalls.
everywhere.
Oh, so Carrie's phobia is 6 spoils another thing. There's a surprise. I don't know what my favourite thing about Hull is. I just love Hull altogether. I don't know why you're saying that. You wouldn't move out of Hull ever.
I've never said anything against Hull.
You just pulled a rolly
No.
eye face.
But you're always like, oh, Hull is so shit.
No, I'm not. That's the biggest lie ever.
You are. Don't turn this way. Don't want to spin.
Carrie,
Duh.
I have never said. When did I say to you, Hull is so shit? You've just made that up. I've never said that sentence to you. No, I don't. No, I don't, because I like it.
No.
I don't, I like it. You're trolling me. Because I'm promoting Hull and being nice about it. You're trying to twist it now.
You always say shithole. It's a shithole.
You're a liar. You're winding me up now. I don't ever say that. You can tell by her face she's messing about.
I'm not.
Don't believe her. And everyone will believe you because you're like the fucking saint. Isn't it nice? Yeah, could bob off here. Then again, I'd best not bob off here because I'll miss day 2 of exploring the alphabet letter K again. Carrie sometimes lets me lay like this on her as well. When do you know, after we've ate and I get in a bit of a food coma, she lets me just give her one of these. Ain't it comfortable? Do you know, when I'm laid with you like this, I can actually feel like the energy between us just like rebounding and just like bouncing from one heart to another. Feels so strong. God, I wish you wouldn't do them deep breaths though. Clearly I'm brushing your teeth for a couple of days. Did you stick a chewy in as well? What's it done? Just disintegrated in your gob? You actually haven't got bad breath either. What's the thing?
No. You just.
Do you know what? I reckon I could easily sleep in this car like this. I could easily fall to sleep like this. I love it. The only thing is, what if someone robbed my car and I'm in the back? Do you know what I mean? I'd be screaming. I'd be in the back screaming. Do you know if they just splashed a window and was it all?
See.
No, it's not. The windows are blacked out, so they won't see me in the back.
When did they get in?
No, but when I don't mean like rob my. I meant like the smash a window to like nick some out of the back seat. But no, it's never been robbed. But no, my luck, the one night I sleep in it, someone would smash it, and then I'd be like out the window, like take what you want. I think me and you'll remember this night for the rest of our lives. And the fact that we've done it with people watching us as well is just all the more special. Glad you agree. Got to bed last night. Carrie was saying she's scared about me driving like through the night to the airport, and was like, I was like making a joke of it. I couldn't even get out of bed to go to the airport. I was that fast asleep. Anyone wondering what that is in the distance? The big like glow of light. So across the water across the River Humber, that's where Lincoln is. And that is just a fun geography fact if you're wondering. Oh, look at Macro's feet. Look at Macro's feet. Oh my God, how do I look so ugly and old and you look like that? You're looking absolutely pengaling. I think Carrie's done really, really well on a cameo. Thank you for joining us on Exploring the Alphabet. I've really enjoyed it. God, it's cold. And I think we should seal the evening together with a kiss before we head back home. That was so hot. Hello and welcome back to day 2 of Letter K Exploring the Alphabet. First off, I want to start by saying, can we just appreciate how well Gary did for putting herself out of a comfort zone, coming on camera and having a gab. I know deep down she did really, really enjoy it. And I was going to say, I hope you guys did too, but I know for a fact that you all love to hear from Carrie. A little secret from me, in order to get her back, not on this series, but maybe the next one, is, well, in order to get her back, let's show her some love. I don't think spreading a bit of positivity and sending her your best wishes in the comment section would do us any harm, but that's all I'm saying on that one. Anyway, we are at our first place of the day. Weather is absolutely abysmal, so I'm pretty sad that I'm showing you this place when it's not sunny because it's not going to have the same effect, but I need you to really think outside of the box and imagine it to be bright summer's day here, because this is the perfect place for it. Now, I once said that Stansted Airport had a special place in my heart, then quickly retreated. This place genuinely does have a special place in my heart. It's somewhere that I came from being 0 years old all the way up to being a teenager and coming here with my mates, and till it was time to bring my kids here, and now my kids get brought up coming here all the time. It's the perfect place for a cheap day out. It has literally everything. It has a few iconic things that other parks don't have, so I am excited to show you this one. It's got a lot of history behind it as well. I'm so interested in history where you see before and after photos, so there will be a few places where on this segment I will show you a place, and if a little picture pops up in this corner of the screen, that's what it used to look like years and years ago, because I just love that. So, and it's my series, so I kind of want to stick it on there. Hope that's okay with you. Anyway, let's get in to East Park and show you around. As you walk through the gates, first thing you see in the background is this house. Now, it's all fenced off around this house, but once upon a time, like in this photo here, there was a pathway right up to that house, and I'm sure it was the caretaker's house of East Park when it first ever opened or whatnot. All my childhood growing up, it was derelict, but most recently, someone has bought it by the looks of things and started doing it up, which is like, I've literally loved seeing it like mature and get better and better. I think it's going to give someone a really, really good home. Hopefully at one point I can break in and have a look. I'm not good. If the owner sees this, I'm actually not going to do that. I'm not a thug. As you walk in a straight line from the gates back there, you come to this walkway, which, if you can imagine, in the summertime, it looks tremendous. Covered in green leaves, sun shining. You've got your shorts and your flip-flops on, and you're taking your walk down here, and you just know you're in store for a good few hours. I spent so much time here when Indy was like really, really, really young. I used to bring her here for hours, and it'd just give you, do you know, when you're a parent, sometimes you need just a few hours respite to kind of calm your brain down and, I don't know, kill time in a way, but while your child's enjoying themselves as well. And this place was like a saviour for me, especially through some of the like harder times we went through when she was younger. When I was younger, once upon a time, the park, the main park, oh no, there was 2 parks, but one of them was there, and there was a bridge at the park that you could run on and also run under, and it was about, it wasn't high at all. They obviously want health and safety in them days, because poor Joel ran head first into it, and you probably have never realised, but seeing that scar above my eyebrow, I've got one there, and it goes right up here. That's for running into that bridge, and I ran into it, cracked my head open, and my mum said you could see like the skull, it was that deep. So I actually survived something very, very horrific. Moving on up, trying to break free, nothing can stop me. So when I said about the park at the entrance where I grew up, this is the new park now. The other park that I spoke about when I was younger was right at the back, I think. And there used to be an outdoor swimming pool, but now there's not. There's just like a splash area, but we'll get to that soon. East Park isn't East Park if you don't get hissed at by us by a geese as well, because the place is swarming with geese. Hello there. Look, there he is, Mr. Geese. They usually come in a pack, but on their own, they're cowards. Excuse me. See, they're all petrified, Joe. It's probably because back in the day, I give them what for. Give the neck a Chinese bun. And the rocks. Oh, we love the rocks. Run right up here. But yeah, there's a bridge that goes over the rocks. But I remember when we was younger, the bridge wasn't like this. And people used to like climb right up this bit here. I'm going to go to the bottom of the rocks and show you like an old photo of it. because there was a watchtower on here somewhere. I don't know if it's gone, but yeah, the Rocks is iconic when it comes to East Park, but not as iconic as the splash boat. But I don't know if all parks have these, but the people who work here, when we was younger, we used to call them parkies. And everyone used to try and get chased by the parkies. I don't know why, as if they're super scary people. Now when I look at them, I just think, I'm not, why did I used to run from you? Roger. Anyway, there's a these help points are all over the park. And they used to have like a intercom with a red button. And if you pressed them, someone would come on there. Now none of them are work. They still stay in place, which is weird. You'd think they'd take them down, but people used to just press them and muck around on them, obviously. However, I was never guilty of that. In this woodland thing, when I was younger, me and my mates used to always build dens in here. So the woodlands have, it's not really woodlands, but they have little walkways like this. And down the walkways is just loads of bushes and trees and stuff. And we used to build like dens, but we'd put loads of time and effort. We'd spend days building them with like tunnels underneath and all stuff like that. And then you'd end up fighting because other kids would come ruin your den that you'd worked hard on. Well, I say you'd end up fighting. Luckily for me, one of my best mates growing up was rock hard. So he just used to basically do the fighting, and I just hide behind a tree until it was all done with. Always been a lover, not a fighter. Which is a good thing, really, considering I don't know how to throw them punches. These steps lead to... It depends how you view this. See, I was scarred as a kid, because you could view this as you get to the top and you get a gorgeous view of the park, like if you look in the background. However, when I was younger, I once came up here and police had to be called to this very bench because there was a man with a bottle of cider, pants around the ankles, and a lady using a hand as a tool. So when I came up this end, when I come up here now, that's all I think about. But if you ever wanted to find Devo about 10 years ago, this was Devo's hotspot. He used to just have his fag hanging out his mouth, his roll up, and he'd be selling amber leaf and all sorts under here. He was making a killing, was Devo. I ain't gonna go through there because it's too muddy, but that was Devo HQ. Coming through this park will give you the best view of the splash boat. Let me get down there without breaking me. Whoa, 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 don't have time for that today. The splash boat was first erected in 1929, so it's nearly 100 years old. It's a listed building now. They did, in 2012, they did like a reconstruction of it that cost like 35 grand. Money probably not that well spent, because every single year when this opens in the summer, people come down it and get stuck halfway. So it's not the like safest kind of thing to go on, I'm guessing. I've never, do you know what, from what I gather, I don't think I've ever been on it, and I have no idea why. But when Indy was younger and I said I used to come here, she'd stand there and watch the splash boat over and over again go down. So I've got a feeling when she grows up a tiny bit more and she's over the height restriction, which I think she is will be this summer, I'll have to... Shit! Shit! Whew. Whoa! Look how muddy it is. It's like walking on ice. And the trainers are gruesome. Should have saved this till the end of the day. Now this shop is the shop in summer. It's called the Old Park Shop. It's had that £1 sign on since about 2004. Unfortunately, the ice creams aren't £1 anymore. That is false advertisement. However, the ice creams are amazing. The best ice cream you can get, Mr. Whippy, is the one where it's half strawberry, half vanilla. If you don't get that one, you need bloody locking up. That's everything I love about East Park. There is other bits like boating lakes and stuff, but you can spend hours there, and I must have spent years over my lifespan killed at that place. So I do owe a lot to it. Thank you for letting me show you the best park in Hull, without question. Now, let's move on. is P&O Ferries, the ferry port in Hull, which runs mini cruises every single week from Hull to Rotterdam and also Hull to Bruges. I've used that thing for many a trips to Amsterdam. That is the Hull Marina, the home to many boats, but most famously, the home of the spare the lightship. Throughout our childhood, my mother told us that her grandfather worked on that ship, until most recently she dropped the bomb that it wasn't true. We've had no explanation why she did that to us. That is Humber Street, a street that is one of the most popular in Hull. A street where you can experience the most fine dining and cocktail bars of the city. But it once looked like this and was the home of Hull's fruit market. That is Hull New Theatre, one of the many theatres in Hull. There is also Hull Truck Theatre. There is also the Bonus Arena where you can see concerts, and Hull also has its own comedy club. And our final fact of the episode. On the internet it says people from Hull are called Hullians, whereas more often than not we get called codheads. Usually as an insult, but for me, I don't mind. It's a nice change being called a fish as opposed to a horse. Right, the part I have been waiting for. It is time for the second food delicacy of Kingston upon Hull. I am more passionate about this one than I was about yesterday's. And if you're an OG, if you know me from the beginning, you will be screaming at your TV now because you will know what I'm going to talk about. It's time to spread the word even further. Let's go. So that is the place you'll get your best chips in Hull. But it's not chips we're going to talk about. Let's talk about Chip Spice. The original American Chip Spice. This was invented in Hull in 1970s and it changed food in Hull forever. So every time you go to a takeaway in Hull, any takeaway, if you ask for chips, you will get it with Chip Spice. Now, I'm passionate about this because I know in every other city, when you order chips, you only get normal white salt, and some weirdos have ordered pizza and chips and put salt and vinegar on the chips, which completely blows my mind. You're being lied to. You've been lied to your whole life. Salt and vinegar is for chips at fish and chip shop. Your chips from takeaways should come with Chip Spice, so they'll come like that, absolutely caked in them, and you'll see all the seasoning salt on. You can buy this Chip Spice off Amazon. Now I urge everyone to please do the right thing, order some, try it on your chips, and I swear you'll never look back. Oh, literally mind-boggling that you've not had this. I just can't believe the way things like expand through life. Like, I don't know, it might be a rubbish example, Crocs. People start wearing them, they get fashionable, worldwide they go. How this isn't in every single city, I will never know. But I'm on the quest to make sure it gets out there. Because there's nothing better. It's a million times better than Nando's Peri Salt as well, before anyone throws that in there. Now our bellies are full, it's time to show you somewhere else that I have very, very fond memories of. So Hull has many sports teams, from 2 rugby teams, ice hockey team, and most importantly, the football team, Hull City. Now, in 2002, I was brought to the KC Stadium by my parents. Probably one of my first memories of football. as this stadium opened. Now the stadium only took 14 months to build somehow. I have no idea how it was that quick. Very impressive if I say so myself. And the first time I came here was on its opening night when Hull City played Sunderland on an ice cold night as well. I remember that day so well. I remember sticking on long johns to keep me warm because it was just ice cold. And Hull City beat Sunderland 1-0 on the opening night, and from that day on I was a pass holder of Hull City. It wasn't until I got with Carrie that I basically gave up my season pass because our life quickly unfolded, and we was pregnant really early, and we had a lot of problems early on in our relationship with the pregnancy and everything. So I put my priorities, changed priorities, whatever you call it. But I used to go home and away for, I don't know, about probably 15 years, something like that, maybe longer, I don't know. And they were some of my best times of my life. I've got so many memories. And this bridge that I'm on is the bridge that I used to walk every single home game. Well, every single home game while I was young. As I got older, I started dropping off at a few pubs with my mates and going a different way. But this brings back memories coming on here. I've not actually been on this for years. And I'm going to flip the camera now and show you the view you get as you approach KC Stadium. I feel like I became a Hull City fan at the perfect time because I went from watching them as a Division 3 team, as it was back then, right up into the peak of Premier League. Hull City had never ever been in the Premier League, and thankfully, in my lifetime, they made it. Not once, but more than once. And here is the special moment. I've got to show it. I've got to show it.
It's Nick Barmby. Windass to his right, Campbell to his left. Hull City's top scorer, Fraser Campbell. A slip by Lewis Carey. Windass! Quite simply, destined to be from Team Windass.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. You're joking. There's a gate here now, so you can't get past this point. Oh, what a nightmare. I've been locked out. I know I've not been for a while, guys, but Ray, please. I still love you. I still love you. Now that's all out the way. You know that I always, whenever I come on these trips, I always sleep over at accommodation and stuff because I'm out of town. I need accommodation. I can't sleep rough. Well, tonight, unfortunately, I am sleeping rough. Carrie has got an idea in her head where on every episode I should sleep out, and because I missed my flight, I think I'm being punished. And I am going from here to pick up a tent, which I have to assemble myself, which is going to be an absolute calamity. It's someone else's tent as well, so that's probably going to end up snapped into a trillion pieces. And I'm being made to sleep in my back garden. What if that's the one night someone tries to burgle us and I'm in my tent? Or someone just sees a tent and starts like ruffling it while I'm in there to wind me up. Oh God, I'm just so scared. Oh, this looks complicated already. Oh, what are you there? Oh. Surely I don't just lay that down and feed a few poles through. I'm not the sharpest tool in the box. I never do anything quick. Well, I do one thing quick, but we won't talk about that. Oh, it's rising. Where's this cliff? Oh, get up. Keep going. Why are you stopping? Both poles are through. So why is it not right? Why is it not lifted? Oh shit! I've bent it. It's not going any further. It's just bending the poor pegs. I think the pegs might be broken. Not from me, just like in general. I just don't have the whippage. I happen to be able to do it. I'm losing it. What is this? These poles are the problem. This is what I mean, you watch, I won't be able to get them out. No, I can't get them out now. Come on. Oh, this is a nightmare. The elastic just keeps coming off. I can't even get the poles out now. Bear Grylls would struggle with this then. It's coming together, this. Jolie the camper, I know how things are done. Right, so obviously my door's open at the minute, but when you get in, look how spacious it is. It's that you wouldn't even know that it was put up bodge job. Look at that, all angles perfect. And it's not even kitted out yet with all my cosy duvets and stuff. Absolute. Nailed it. I've never been into camping. Camping's not for me, mainly because I like to be clean all the time. And I like to feel clean and get showered and brush my teeth and stuff. Obviously camping, you have to go in toilets and paddle in other people's feet water. Back door is locked, which means we are outside for the evening. Do you know what? I don't know if I've wrapped up a tiny bit too warm, because I've just come outside and I thought a real cold air had hit me or something, and it's absolutely boiling. It's like real humid considering it's a night in the middle of March. Let me show you inside. So as you come inside, I've got my little city up pillow there. I've put 2 blankets on the bottom so it's not too uncomfy, and then I've got a ginormous black cover to go on top of me, and I've got a couple more blankets to go on top of me, so I'm definitely going to be warm enough. And the fact that I'm tired already, I think I'll just fall to sleep and just have a real peaceful sleep, like listening to nature. I promise you on all of my family's life that once I'm in there for the night. This isn't one of them things where you just film some footage then go back inside to your bed. Like, I'm committed, I promise. You might call me dramatic, I call it being safe. Now, I don't intend to use this, but if anyone does pop the red through my tent in the middle of the night when don't have authority, I will have to. Oh shit. I sat on my orange juice. I thought it was going to explode all over my floor. That'd have been a good start, wouldn't it? I think it's just the wind. When I was growing up, I actually slept in my back garden with my mates. I was only really young as well. When I was younger, my dad was a manager at Pizza Hut, so the next morning my dad used to bring us like pizza. I don't know why he used to bring it in the morning, because obviously Pizza Hut closes like at 11 at night, so I don't know how he was, unless he was working the Saturday morning and then he'd just pop back with pizza, I don't know. But he used to get free pizza all the time and we used to just love it. That's probably why I'm addicted to pizza now, so my dad's to blame for that. I think it'd be real peaceful, but if it was just dead silent, but all I can hear is beep, 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 beep. I don't like the wind. Let me just turn the light off. Let me turn the light off while the camera's still running, because I hadn't prepared myself that it's going to be pitch black. I didn't think about that. Wait there. The back gate, when it's windy, you wear it swinging, but it's creeping me out because you wear it open the slightest bit and I keep hearing stuff. Am I being dramatic? I don't know. I'm scared. I'm gonna go check that everything's alright. I think I'm being paranoid. I think we're alright. We're having a load of work done in our kitchen at the minute. So the builders rock up at about 8 and they always come back away. Builder's been taking the piss out of me quite a lot, to be honest, because he realised that my toilet seat was stuck on with no more nails, and he
noticed like a trillion other things about the house, and he's just been putting loads of things right around our house at the same time. So when he comes and sees how I've put a tent up, it's probably going to be the last straw for him, and he's probably going to think I'm not a fit man. I'm just thinking about my escape plan, because also all people in survival mode need like an escape plan in case of an emergency. So what I would do, obviously, if someone just dived on top of me, I'm stuck in like a carrier bag basically. Even with no one diving on top of me, I was struggling to get out, because there's like one door you open with a zip, then there's a flap followed by another flap. It's like impossible to get out, especially in the dicky dark. So if someone dived on top of me, I think what I'd do is probably try and grab hold of the body through the tent and wrap my legs round the full body, and I'd try pull them into the tent, and then I'd try doing rolls, do you know, like roly-polies, to like, so basically I'm rolling with them on the grass, and then I'd probably bite them through the material. But then if I did that, I'd owe the girl whose tent it is a new tent. Obviously my teeth are really sharp, I'd probably go right through the material. I'm starting to get a wet sensation on my bum, which is weird. Right, I think it's bedtime. I'm gonna get to sleep. If anything happens like through the night or anything, I will be documenting it.
A few hours later.
It's currently 25 minutes past 4. I woke up to a ginormous ruffle of the tent. It is a tiny bit colder now, temperature's dropped. I do feel a bit cold, so I'm going to zip my jacket up and use my other blankets. Do you know that I was saying that I'm going to zip up my bag house? Didn't even realise, but I must have all night, I must have had it on inside out. Because when I was trying to zip it up, I couldn't do it, and then I could do it from the inside, and now look. That's the right side. But I suppose it'll keep if I wear it this way, it'll keep the proper side clean. I might not even have to wash it. Do you see that big bit of rain? Oh, I think it's gonna start raining. I just wanted to show you, because I've just readjusted all my quilts, and look how snug I look. Snug as a bug in a rug. Snug as a bug in a rug. It's 5 AM in the morning. I'm snug as a bug as a rug. That beeping has been all night. Turn the lights off in this place, 'cause it shines just like a star. And I swear I know your face, I just don't know who you are. Just woken up again. And ladies and gentlemen, we have daylight. It's 20 to 7 in the morning. And now it is freezing. Absolutely freezing. But we have done it. I won't say it was enjoyable, I'd say it was bearable, to be honest with you. Now, the kids don't get up till 7:30, so I'll probably will go in at 7:30, because I want to see him and help out. It's nothing to do with me being cold. I think this tent could possibly collapse soon, so I think it's kind of slowly getting there.
So letter K is complete. As you can see, I'm in the shower now. I'm feeling a lot cleaner. I've washed the wood lice and the slugs from beneath my toes, which is always good. I am sorry it was a bit of a cop-out episode. However, I would have stuck to every episode being outside of the UK if it wasn't a case of having the opportunity to show you my hometown that I absolutely love. So our scores on the doors to show you around Hull, or should I say Kingston upon Hull, over a 2-day period was £75.62, but we're not going to involve that one in the chart because it's kind of cheating. I will also add into the cost breakdown the money lost on the Kaunas Lithuania trip, which was £186.62. And there's only one thing left to say really. 11 episodes down, 15 more to go. Please come back for more. There's other letters to explore. Thanks for watching everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe and also comment.